So we're going to look at how to factorize quadratics. Now quadratics are the ones when you have an x squared term in your equation or your expression. So factorizing quadratics is putting back into two brackets. So to kind of understand how to do this, I'm going to show you a few examples of, we've already learnt how to expand quadratics, expand two brackets, and so this is going to help us to be able to factorize them, to put them back into two brackets. So here is a few pairs of factorized form and expanded form. We've got x plus 4 and x plus 3, and expanded out makes this. Now as we go through these, I want you to see if you can notice anything. We've got x plus 7 and x plus 2, and that makes x squared plus 9x plus 14. We've got x plus 1 and x plus 9, and that makes x squared plus 10x plus 9. And finally we have x plus 4 and x plus 5, which makes x squared plus 9x plus 20. Now what do we notice here? What is the relationship between these numbers and these numbers? Can you notice something that's happening in every single pair? How do 4 and 3 make 7? Same with 7 and 2. Well, look, we're adding those together. So these two numbers add to make this number here. And how do we get this number here? Well, these numbers multiply together. So for all these brackets, these numbers add to the middle number and multiply to the last number. Now this is really helpful when we're trying to factorize. When we're not given all this stuff here, we're only given those, and we need to head back to the brackets over here. So let's have a look at an example. We need to factorize x squared plus 5x plus 6. Now to do that, remember, we need to find two numbers that multiply to the last but add to the middle. So we start off the numbers that multiply to make 6. So that means we need to find the factor pairs of 6. Well, we've got 1 times 6 is 6, and we've got 2 times 3 is 6. This is all the pairs, this is all the factors of 6. Now we need to see which ones add to make 5. Well, 1 and 6 add to 7, so that doesn't work. But 2 and 3 add to 5. So those are the pairs of factors that we want. Now we use these to put them back into the brackets. So you notice that they're both positive numbers. So here are our two brackets that we're going to put these numbers as well as the rest of the terms back into. Now remember, it's always, when we're talking about quadratics, the way we get the x squared is we need to be multiplying an x and an x together. So these go in each of our brackets. Now note that these are both positive numbers. So we've got a positive 2 and a positive 3, and they fill in the brackets there. So that is how you factorize. Now if they were negative numbers, so if that was a negative 2 and negative 3, they'd be minuses in the bracket. Now if we were to work backwards and do our FOIL and expand, so go x first, x times x will give us x squared inside, 2x outside, 3x, put those together, that makes 5x, and last 2 times 3 equals 6. Now let's have a look at another example. Now this one's a little bit trickier because it starts to bring in some negatives. Now we need to find the factors of negative 8 now. Now this is a little bit more tricky. So one has to be a positive number and one has to be a negative number. So we could have 1 and negative 8, or we could have negative 1 and 8. We could have 2 and negative 4, or we could have negative 2 and 4. Now we need to see which of these add to make 2. Well, 1 and negative 8 make negative 7, negative 1 and 8 make 7, 2 and negative 4 make negative 2, and negative 2 and 4 make 2. So those are the ones that we want. So again, we're given our brackets. Now x is going to our brackets, and then those two numbers, negative 2 and positive 4, just get slotted into your brackets. Now, another thing to remember is it doesn't matter which order your brackets, it could be x plus 3, x plus 2, or x plus 2, x plus 3. It's going to give you the same answer as long as the sign in front is the same. So for instance, it could be x plus 4 and x minus 2, but it could not be x minus 4 and x plus 2, because we know that does not add to make positive 2, it adds to make negative 2. So the sign needs to be attached to the number, but it does not matter which order the whole bracket is in.